Hey guys, Brian Grossman here with Hunt the South, your source for the latest Southern hunting news and information. And today we're going to be doing a first in a long time, a product review. And this one's on the Campark V40 action camera. And I will go ahead and give you a full disclosure here. Campark reached out to me. They sent me this camera at no cost and just wanted me to do a review on it. Now, before I accepted that, told them I would do a review, I made sure that I could be totally honest, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and they were fine with that. So I accepted, and I've been testing this out a little bit over the last couple months. I haven't had it in a hunting scenario yet, but I've played around with it out here in the yard and just tested it out to see how it's going to do. And I will say, we'll start with the good, I guess. I've been really impressed with it. Right out of the box, the first thing I noticed, and a lot of my comparison today will be with a cheaper camera that I bought, and I've had this one for a couple years and used it in hunting scenarios. I gave about 60 bucks for this one, and honestly, I've been pretty happy with it. The Campark runs about 100 and, I don't know, 120, 130 maybe retail. I've seen them as cheap as right around 100 bucks. And so I will say, if I had to buy another one today, if I needed another action camera, I'd spend the extra 40, 50 bucks and get the Campark. And I'm gonna talk about why here in the next few minutes. The good, and I guess the first thing was right out of the box, I could tell this just felt more substantial, more well built. It's heavier. Feels like there's more metal involved in this one as opposed to the other one. It just feels like a really lightweight, thin plastic. It's got kind of a rubber armor on the outside of it to help protect it. This one is actually waterproof by itself. It comes with a waterproof housing if you actually want to use it underwater, but it's waterproof by itself up to, I think, like 10 meters. So I'm not going to be using it underwater, but I am using it, in hunting scenarios, and you never know when a shower may pop up. And so I don't have to worry about it getting a little wet and, frying the electronics inside. So I'm happy about that part of it. Another key feature on this one for me was it has a dual screen. So it has your regular screen on the back, which is touch screen, and then it has a screen on the front as well. And that really helps because most of the time I'm using this camera as a second angle hunting camera. I'm mounting it. I'm using a mount like this, a gooseneck mount, and I'm clamping it on the tree or on my bow hanger behind me, pointed back at me. So it's capturing, me getting my bow, drawing, my reaction after the shot, that kind of stuff. That's typically what I'm using these for. Well, with my old one, it was a little hard to tell what I was actually pointed at. I just had to guess, kind of pointed at my face and guess whether or not, it was getting a bunch of dead space above me or below me. With this one, there's no guesswork involved. I can just turn that front screen on, point it at me, and see exactly what I'm capturing right there on the camera. So that makes it nice. Another feature that was worth it to me, the extra expense, is this one actually has an external microphone port. And not only does it have a port, but they even throw a microphone in the kit, so that makes it nice. It's a little like lapel mic, so you could use it, clip it on, and use it like vlogging. When you're walking into your hunting spot, you could be filming yourself and talking. But I use this as a little shotgun mic too. Once I get in the tree and get my camera mounted, pointed back at me, I just clip that microphone on and let it point towards me and use it like a little shotgun microphone. It works fine. If you want to go out and buy another external mic, it'll adapt to this if you get the one with the right connection. But that's a feature that you just don't find in many of the lower end action cameras. I did a lot of research before I bought this one, and you just, without stepping up and buying, GoPro, spending several hundred bucks, there just wasn't a camera out there that I found that supported an external mic, but the Campark does. So I like that. It does come with a lot of different accessories. You get 2 batteries, which is nice, and your charger. So you can rotate those out. You don't have to worry about your battery dying in the middle of a hunt. Several different mounting options. You got your waterproof case, and you got a cool little wrist strap that'll let you hit the record. So you can start and stop recording with that, or take a picture. So if that camera's mounted up in the tree behind you, pointed back at you, deer's coming in, you're getting your bow, you can have that on, just hit the record button. You don't have to turn around and mess with something and end up spooking the deer. So I like that part of it. Of course, it records in 4K, which is nice. I think that's at 30 frames per second. There's a lot of other options in there for recording, down to, I think it even records at 240 frames per second at like 720. So if you want to shoot some slow motion type stuff, it'll do that too. I have not tested that side of it, but it does shoot slow motion. And as far as the negatives, I haven't had a whole lot of issues with it. It doesn't do the greatest in low light, which I don't know that any action camera does. But it does have a low light setting that helps that out, really boosts the amount of light coming in. Of course, with any camera, when you start boosting the low light where you can see better in the dark, typically the image quality is going to suffer, and it does with this one some. You start to get some graininess in there. But I think it's going to work fine for my scenario, what I'm using it for. It does just as good, if not a better job than the one I had previously. And the other thing is image stabilization. It does have a built-in image stabilizer. I don't know. My only test was I put it on this thing, hooked this on my side-by-side, and just drove around. And it was pretty rough. But I got to do some more testing. I'm sure it would have been just as rough with my other one, if not rougher. I can't say. I have never owned a high-end GoPro, so I don't know what kind of image stabilization those are to compare it to. But got to do a little more testing. I wasn't real happy with that side of it, but I'm going to put it through its paces more as I have it a little longer and into this deer season. I'm really looking forward to trying it out this deer season. But just to kind of summarize, overall, like I said, if I had to buy another action camera right now, I would go with the Campark, unless you're going to, if you don't mind dropping $400 plus, whatever they cost these days. I'm sure a GoPro is going to have more bells and whistles than this, but those bells and whistles come with a price. So I like this one. I think it's a good price point at right around $100 with all the features it has. I wouldn't hesitate to add another one to the mix if I need one. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I had a list here of stuff. I think I've covered everything I wanted to tell you guys about. If you have any questions, hey, you can drop them in the comments. I'll try to answer them the best I can. I'll try to, I might end up doing a follow-up as I get to use this more and use it in an actual hunting scenario to let you guys know how it goes. But hopefully you'll enjoy these product reviews. I'm going to start doing more of these as I, gather equipment, just stuff I already have on hand. You're going to get a 100% honest review. I'm not going to do any fluff pieces on here. If I review something and it's a piece of garbage, you're probably not going to see a video at all. I'm not going to get on here and tell you something's great and you should buy it if I wouldn't go out there and fork over my hard-earned money myself. So you can count on that. But hey, guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, so you can stay up with all our latest video content. And we appreciate you guys tuning in. So until next time, guys, be safe out there in the field.